Hello, hello. I am a little behind today, but I'm getting through it. I'm getting it done. I'm showing up for myself, fulfilling my commitments. Love that. Today, I'm just sharing how I'm getting paid to exist, why I'm doing that, and how I'm doing that. I'm not really giving you like the how for real, but I'm letting you know how I came to the conclusion about what to do to get paid to exist. So I'm going to be talking about that today. I'm not going to stay on here long because, like I said, it's a little bit later than I would have liked to go live and I want to go to sleep. I have been doing my best to go to bed early before 11, and I've been doing pretty well with that, but that's just a whole different thing. But in my last live, I mentioned when I was at the park, there was a book drop off, and I mentioned how I love getting books from the book drop off. And I went to another park today and they had a book drop off, and I got some really great books. So I'm going to show you guys. I got this, The Measure of a Man by Sidney Portier. Portier? I can't remember how to say his name, but I'm honestly not really familiar with who this guy is, but I hear his name a lot. I know he is a influential figure in Black community, Black history, so I'm excited to read this. I can't remember what he did, but I think he was an actor. So I am happy about that. And I also got this book. I read another book from this same guy. I think I probably read two books from this guy, but I got this book from the book drop off, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership Workbook. I like this because it has like exercises in it. So I'm excited about getting into those things. But let's get into it. Why I'm here, I am talking about getting paid to exist, why I'm getting paid to exist, how I'm getting paid to exist. First things first, I'm Tashi Ann. If you don't know who I am, this is the Natural Girls Club. And I am on my journey of living in my authenticity, becoming the most beautiful version of myself, the woman of my dreams. And I'm sharing all the information that I've been learning with you guys. And getting paid to exist is something that I learned about that I think is essential on any woman's journey. And I'm going to get into why women, but honestly, this is for anybody, everyone. I think everyone should get paid to exist. And really, what that means is doing what is in alignment with you, using your gifts, using your talents to impact the world and generate money for yourself. And for women, why I feel like it's so important is because women, I saw this quote. It said, men are for purpose, women are for pleasure. And money is important for anybody to survive. And since women are for pleasure, enjoying life, the beauty of life, you can capitalize off of what that looks like for you. And that's still a part of your purpose because as you're sharing what brings you pleasure, what you enjoy, you're definitely impacting other people in a positive way. If your journey is positive, most likely it is. If you are on this getting paid to exist journey, you have some kind of spiritual connection, I feel like, to even be in alignment with this. But that's just my assumption. I don't know for sure. If there's some people getting paid to exist that is of a lower nature, yeah, yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But how I started to discover what getting paid to exist looks like for me, I got to know myself. And if you are not new to my channel, I talk about getting to know yourself so much. I have been working on changing my finances and making money in a aligned way, in alignment with integrity, morality, in alignment with what I enjoy. And it's been taking me a while. But it wasn't until I learned about myself did I start to actively like make progress on my journey. Before, I was making jewelry. I was really doing my best to create a jewelry brand, and it wasn't working. And then once I started to learn about this, I figured out why it wasn't working. I'm not supposed to be laboring for real. It's not in my DNA. I am supposed to be doing things that come natural to me, doing things that is in alignment with what my gifts and my talents are. And I wasn't doing that. Jewelry making is something I enjoy. It's a creative outlet, but doing it on a large scale for a business is not what I should be doing. So I started to learn about myself. I used many different avenues to learn about myself. First one was astrology. I know some people don't believe in astrology. There's this guy online who talks about the fact that astrology doesn't exist, etc., etc. I don't resonate with that because when I look into astrology, the things that I hear and that I see, I have lived. So it's like, how can I not trust something when it is relatable, when it seems true to me? Also, another reason why I trust astrology is because sometimes when I go outside and I notice when certain things out of the ordinary happen on a large scale. For example, there's been a couple days randomly where I'll go outside and there's a person, there's so many people outside that are normally not outside. The people who are usually in the house are walking their dogs. On the nature spot that I go to, usually there's no people, there's several groups of people. Another example, I'll go outside and there's someone screaming and yelling. And then I'll go to another place and then there's people being rowdy. There's a lot of people honking their horns. There's a lot of people doing all these different things. And when I have moments like that, I know that there's something astrologically that's happening that is causing this. So that's just a little tangent on why I believe in astrology. But I use astrology to get to know myself. My sun sign, my moon sign helps me know about myself. But in particular, the signs that help me know about myself as far as money is my sun sign, my Venus. And I don't know if this is the same for everybody. It could vary. I know it varies. I know it varies, but ooh, something got in my eye. It's my sun sign, my Venus sign, my Lilith also plays a part in that, my rising sign, my Mercury, my Mars. The planets let you know about different areas of your life. For example, Mars is how I like to get things done, how I like to achieve things. I'll give you an example. My Mars is in Gemini. So I like to do multiple different things. I don't really desire to be stuck doing one thing. I like to bounce from, let me not say bounce, but I like to have my hand in different pots. But the flip side of that, I have to make sure that I am actually finishing one thing, bringing it to completion, or else I'll get too busy doing a whole bunch of different things. Another thing is my sun is in Cancer, meaning I love things of the home. I love nurturing my family. I love nurturing myself. I love being feminine. I love just my home in general. So for me, what does that look like? I will get paid to exist by sharing how I take care of my home, sharing hacks on how I clean my home, sharing how I take care of my children, sharing how I take care of myself. So yeah, I learned about myself with astrology. Also, I paid attention to what kind of compliments I got. A lot of people say I look like a model, I should model. Okay, that's something on the list. A lot of people say I'm good at communicating. Okay, that's something on the list that also coincides with my astrology. So I'm like, okay, that's something that's important. What else did people compliment? Oh, I get a lot of compliments about how I dress, my style, so my unique look. So that's something I am taking into account on how to get paid to exist, showing more of myself, showing more of my fashion, etc. Another way that I learned about myself is with numerology. Numerology is great, and it's not something that you can even be like, do I believe it or do I not believe it? Like numerology, the universe is run by numbers, and different numbers just mean different things. So for me, my birthday is July 21st. 21 comes down to a 3, and threes are great communicators. They have the gift of gab. They're great storytellers, musicians, etc. So from knowing that, and I actually got into numerology recently, since knowing that, I'm like tapping into all the different ways that I can use my words, writing books, making music, talking on YouTube, all the different kind of ways I can use my words. Also, another way I got to learn about myself is my name. You can look up what your name means, and what my name means also coincides with my astrology. So I used all of that to help me build my business, my YouTube channel, my school community, what I'm posting. So all of that is helping me get paid to exist. Is there anything else that I missed? And I just also took into account myself, what I like, what I enjoy, because as a woman, I talked about this yesterday in yesterday's live, and I just said the quote as well, but pleasure and joy is so important for women. So I have been incorporating more pleasure and more play into my life on a daily basis, really prioritizing that. And I have just been thinking about what I enjoy. I enjoy fashion, I enjoy clothes, I enjoy meditation, I enjoy nature, I enjoy just pouring into myself in different ways. I enjoy food, I enjoy teas, I enjoy being creative with how I pour into myself. So I'm prioritizing sharing all of that. And really, what it came down to is me creating a structure or a format for how to put all of that out. Because you don't want to just throw out everything and not have a format. So I have compartmentalized where I'm sharing certain things. Like YouTube, I share certain things. TikTok is a little bit more free. I can kind of just share everything on TikTok. Instagram, I share certain things. So I have just created a strategy and a system for how I am sharing these different parts of myself. What else do I want to say? So this is something new that I'm trying. This is something new that I'm just starting to do, and I'm just learning how to maneuver. For the last couple weeks, I have been figuring out the best way to incorporate all this into my life. And what I figured out is, at first, I was trying to run my life a little bit more strict because money is something that I'm really working on in my life right now. And I was trying to live my life kind of like I had a job. And in a sense, I still am. But now I'm pivoting and I'm putting pleasure and pouring into myself at the forefront of my life, allowing that to take up more of my time so that I can show and record more of that and put it out to people. But also, when I take time to pour into myself and to love on myself, I am better equipped to share the other parts of myself, like on YouTube and in my school community, the different things that I've gathered during meditation or that I read during books, or the different teas that I'm drinking, or the different recipes that I'm using for my skincare, etc. So, prioritizing myself, prioritizing pleasure, prioritizing loving on myself is helping me with having the content to put out. And I know this isn't, I don't really know what to expect. I don't really know how long this is going to take me to start making money. I am challenging myself to start making money from this quick, in a efficient manner. But I realistically, I don't know how long this is going to take, but I am certain that this is going to work because I'm using all my gifts, I'm using all my talents, and I am creating a positive impact in the world, and it's only right. I feel like that's the circle of giving and receiving. So it's only right that if I give of myself, that I will receive. So that is all that I had to talk about, and I'm about to go now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know that the water is kind of loud, but thank you guys for tuning in. If you are watching on the replay, and let me know if you learned anything from this. If you are gonna try to get paid to exist, if you are tapping into some talents, what was on my face? If you are tapping into some talents that you wasn't tapping into before, if this motivated you to do that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next live. Bye.